There are mistakes that you can make that are not erasable. While mistakes are good and help you to learn it because it means you're actually learning, that is one thing about mistakes. You're learning from an experience and you're not going to repeat it again. It shows that you tried doing something and it didn't work out, and that was why it was a mistake. But there are mistakes that are so dangerous that they can leave a permanent scar in your life. If you make mistakes, you are already a failure. One of the things the school system will teach you is don't make mistakes. And sometimes in life, people dread mistakes because some mistakes are so horrible, so terrible that they cannot even be erased. They cannot even be corrected. So, is it actually okay to make mistakes? Do you think mistakes are truly and essentially part of life? And are there mistakes one can make that cannot be erased? So, let's talk about it in this video. Hello, welcome to Life with Enki. All I do here is to motivate you to be intentional with how you live your life. You are born once.
Let me get this straight, guys. First of all, I was born without my permission. That's one thing.
You will live once and you will die once. In all of this oneness that you have, you don't even have a spare life. And that's to tell you that you will never be repeated again in history. So, this now life that you have in the now, that you're living now, like watching me living now, breathing, what are you doing with it?
Second of all, my future is in my hands. Like, what am I supposed to do with it?
Don't worry. In this channel, all I do is to motivate you to be intentional, deliberate, to live your life in the now. Oh, spare me procrastination, spare me reincarnation. I don't know how true it is, and I don't talk about it all in my videos. But what I know is that this one life you have in the now, please, can you live it as if all you have, and sincerely, truly, all you have depends on it in the now? I know you have faith. I know you want to think about the fact that, oh, because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Yeah. But while you are still breathing, while you still have the strength, while you can still smile, while you can still walk, live in the now. All right. With that much being said, let's dive into the video. There are mistakes that you can make that are not erasable, that can keep a permanent scar. You see how I'm picking my words, choosing my words, right? That can keep a permanent scar in your life. Like anytime you remember those mistakes, you might feel like, God, why did I do this? So while mistakes are good and help you to learn it because it means you're actually learning, that is one thing about mistakes. You're learning from an experience and you're not going to repeat it again. It shows that you tried doing something and it didn't work out, and that was why it was a mistake. But there are mistakes that are so dangerous that they can leave a permanent scar in your life. First one is if you're a teenager and you get pregnant. As a girl, imagine getting pregnant at 16. No matter how fanciful I want to paint it for you, I'm sure, first of all, you dread that your family would be so angry with you. The guy would deny you. Your life has changed for the better. Is that better or worse? You know. And you are quite too young. That is just for your life. Then what about your future and your education? Definitely, you're not going to go to any school for a period of, let's say, 1, 2 years. 1 year to nurse the baby, maybe 2, 3 years to baby, ensure that your baby is grown. Even while your parents are there with your children or your child, whatever it is. So, one mistake you can make if you're a teenager, or ask anybody that has had a teenage child, is a mistake that can never be erased, is having a baby in your teen age. You might later on like it and feel, oh, you're grateful. But I'm telling you, if you want to be sincere, ask them. A lot of them have that regret because it can put your destiny on hold. It can put your life on a hold if you are not careful. A lot of dreams you want to achieve might be stopped, might be paused for a while because you will not be able to handle the stabilization, that one it says now, the confusion, the change, the sudden change that comes with your life and motherhood. So one mistake you should avoid if you're a teenager listening to this video is avoid teen pregnancy. And you talk about, what about the guy? Most times they are always at loose because he can still go back to school. He can even deny the pregnancy. But that is a wrong one. That is a bad move. So what I always tell parents is, can you channel the attention of talking to the baby girls more to the boys? Why? Because one boy can get 8 girls pregnant in 1 week. Let's say one boy can, how do I put it now? You know what I'm talking about? A single boy can get 30 girls pregnant in 30 days. Even 3 girls pregnant in 1 day. So the emphasis, the guarding, the gagging, whatever you call it now, should be more on the boys. Understand? And the girl, you should have, you should like be jealous, be selfish with your womb, be selfish with your private parts. It's not for everybody. That's like how I can say it right now. Be selfish with yourself. Don't give it out for free or for nobody. Right? So let's get to number 2. The second mistake you should never make, because once you make those mistakes, you cannot change it, is using hurtful words. You can forget that you've used a hurtful word on somebody, but the person you use those words on may never forget it in their lifetime. And the person looks at you and is seeing a monster. You've repented, you've gone ahead, you like you're sorry. But I'm sorry after those hurtful words might mean nothing at times. So before you say those words out, can you pause, think, and say the words to yourself and see how would it feel? Hurtful words, words that defame character, casting aspersion on someone's image, can be very deadly, might not be reversible. There are people that have had like permanent dents, even though nothing raised forever. But there is a way you would so cast aspersion on someone's image that that person can never recover from it. Once you talk about the person, they'll remember those words. So, hurtful words are the second things you should never say to people. There are mistakes you can make when you as you say those words. You can't take those words back again. It's been said out. The person has put them in their minds. But I will tell you here, no matter what somebody has said to you, can you live freely like an air? It has helped me sincerely. Like, just it's part of life. Just see it as part of life and move on. For those people that have maybe hurtful words have been thrown to you over and again by maybe the people you love or whoever, don't keep it to heart. See it as one of those things. But for you saying the hurtful words, these are words you cannot take back again. Once you've said those words, they're out there, and that is what you've given out. You can't take them back. Even I am sorry may not be able to correct the damage, right? So let's go to the third mistake. The mistake you will never make, or you should never make, sorry, is to miss opportunities. God is the God of a second chance. You might have another opportunity again. Opportunity comes but once. Whatever you want to put the proverbs and idiom, never miss opportunities. There are opportunities you would miss that cannot and may never come back to you again. I'll talk from two sides now. The first one is, while you are young, can you use your life, like work and work smartly as if all your life depends on you and like you're living in the now? There is an age you will get to, you realize that you've missed an opportunities of using your youthful age to work. So this is me telling you, now that you're young, you're a youth, you have the strength, the energy, you can do a lot of things. Please don't pause. Please don't sit in one place. Please don't be too relaxed now until you get to the point where you can really have the true rest. Use your youthful life and do things you need to do. And a time is coming, an age will come in. The night cometh when you cannot walk. Old age cometh when there are things you cannot do. So start now. That is the first opportunity you should never miss. And once you miss it, a lot of old persons have regrets. They will never say it. And that is one thing I've observed. They won't tell you. They want you sometimes to get into to make the same mistakes and you learn from it. But a wise person learn from other people's experience. So this is me telling you, don't wait till you get old before you do something. For example, don't wait till you get old before you set up your own business. While you're doing your 9 to 5, set up something. While you are still young, while you still have teeth, while you can walk, start walking. That's the result. If you miss your useful age to do some things, you might never have it again to do it again. Once you're old, the night has come and you can't walk. The second one is opportunities. Let's say talk about job opportunities, school opportunities, and opportunities. Maybe you meet somebody you're supposed to be nice to, or somebody that's supposed to give you a helping hand, and somehow because of your anger, lousy behavior, one or two things, you miss the person. You've missed the opportunity. You might need to pray, you might need to strategize, you might need to do other things to be able to get the person back into your space or to get that opportunity again. So you've got to be very careful. Don't miss opportunities. And that's why you have to be very smart. You have to be prayerful. You have to ask God for wisdom and idea so that once you see opportunity coming, please you grab it. I've always said that God does not place money in anybody's hand. And the prayer to pray, God, give me money, is a wrong prayer. What you ask God for is to give you ideas. And if you keep missing ideas at this age, at this young age, because all I'm doing here is to ensure that you're intentional with your life in your youth. That is all we do in life with NK. If you miss opportunities in your youth, I don't know, is it when you cannot walk, you're walking with 3 legs that you want to start life? I know that someone like KFC started life at 62. How easy it is for a lot of people. That is 1 out of 100. A lot of persons that have done most things did them in their youth. So, what other opportunity do you think, or what other mistake do you think anyone can make and that mistakes can never be corrected? Can we talk about it in the comments section? And let me point quickly say here that vision without execution is hallucination. It's also a kind of missed opportunity. If you have a vision and you're still hallucinating, you're still dreaming about it, you're still wishing, you're still thinking, you're still waiting till the day you have everything, I'm sorry, you may never accomplish that vision. If you have a dream and you're still sleeping, you don't want to wake up, you will die in your dream. So wake up. Well, that is it for today's video. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. I trust you've learned something. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If at this point I've really encouraged you, I've really said something that, of course, you've learned from, please don't forget to share this video to somebody and hit that subscribe button to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime I drop videos like this. Thank you and see you again in my next one. Bye.